All right.
Welcome to Toffee TV. I have a guest. You feel like a guest?
Cheers, mate.
It's been that long. Saying that though, it doesn't feel like that long because of like social media. It's like, I don't know, and WhatsApp.
I feel as though you think it's long because I seen you and the Perth last week, and you were like, still another week till he's. I think you missed me. I'll be honest, I think you missed me. As well as you've done, I still think you missed me.
Well,
but there you go. Have you been all right?
When people let you down.
Who's let you down?
Well, I can't say publicly, but...
And I mean, that's
what happens.
Bollocks, isn't
it? The Piv, God bless him, he's done well.
He's there.
Done well. He has been there.
He's the man. He's the man.
He's done well. So yeah, it's all good. 3 weeks has flown over. So unexpected to see you today. So
yeah, well, mate, I didn't know whether I was going to be.
Well, that's what I meant.
Before the next game, at one stage, it was looking. It was all a bit mad, but you know we were lucky because in the end my flight was only delayed 4 hours, which was mad given the day before flights were just cancelled. And even yesterday, the airport wasn't even open yesterday morning, and you're trying to find out whether you've got a flight or you haven't got a flight and all that. But anyway, it's done. Everton have been all right as well while I've been away. Done all right. I mean, Villa aside, which was horrendous.
Yeah, that was horrendous.
Won the 2 home games and obviously next round of the cup. So
that's all you can ask for.
Although
we might be facing the Cowley brothers again.
I know. Yeah, but
they'll have well scouted us.
Mate, I'm not going to start being worried about
I'm not asked.
The Cowley brothers. One thing I would say about the 2 away games, 2 games that you looked at on paper and thought should be 6. Well,
yeah.
Good chance of being 6 points. We've not scored a goal in either of them.
In both of them.
And 1 point. So, the next away game, obviously Bournemouth, that we've got to go there and win. And our record, we haven't won there since they got promoted, have we? No. And we've got to break that because we don't want to be getting through those first 3 games with no wins.
Yeah, it's the next stage of this team, isn't it?
That's it. Home form, obviously, excellent. But away. I mean, you just knew. Seen Joe posting on our Instagram ahead of the Wolves game. Everton haven't conceded a goal at home since, and I was like, yeah, that's sorted.
That's gone.
Done and dusted.
7
I know it's a stat and all that, but you still, I just don't like seeing it. It's like Villa. The Villa, there was.
I don't, but do we need to get out of the? Like,
yeah,
the flip side of that is though, we hadn't been beaten at home
since
February. Haven't conceded goals. Why do we fall into the trap of being the club that go, we're going to get beat today? We are, aren't we? We're our own worst enemies. We should be like, I don't know. It's a whole club thing. We've discussed this loads of times, but it's a whole club thing of being like, we should be going out today.
The anxiety of the fan, isn't it?
Yeah.
I thought we beat Wolves and we did. It wasn't a problem, but just when you see that, you sometimes go, yeah, oh no. It's been said out loud, therefore it might happen. John Novella said the prodigal son returns. Thanks, John.
I don't know.
What could be his next name of his book?
It could be the prodigal son returns. It could be about someone who'd been missing for a while.
Yeah.
Presumed dead. And it is the backstory of where they've been.
And there was a hurricane.
And yeah.
And he survived the hurricane.
The man the hurricane could not kill. Now that sounds like a good name for a book or a film.
That's a good film.
That sounds like maybe not a film. You'd have to probably condense it for a film. It'd have to be like the Hurricane Killer or something.
But you think,
which is Trump, isn't it? Essentially, isn't that Trump?
Isn't it the fella who
Trump
was all over the news in America? About putting ice in the water.
But Trump said yesterday, and you probably missed this because you were on a flight. Trump said basically that he'd been vindicated because it didn't hit Orlando because people were saying it was because he said it was fake news.
Didn't he say it was hitting Alabama?
He basically said
Alabama was.
He basically said something and it was mad, and he's basically taking credit for the hurricane not hitting mainland America. He's boss. He's hilarious.
Fair play to
him. Trump now is the comical distraction from this country. Basically.
Listen, you know what?
You don't want to know.
I've literally just let it slide because it's.
Well, your MP's now Liberal. I don't know if you know that.
Luciana.
I
thought she got off on her own for
She's gone the Liberals now. She's joining today. She's a Democrat. But she's given up a seat in the next general election, whenever that might be.
It's all
mad, mate.
Yeah, it's all.
You've literally walked in. You've left one storm and walked into another.
To another. Ah, berserk, isn't it? It is very strange.
Boris's brother gave up today as well. Packed in.
No, Boris had a brother.
He's got a brother and a sister.
You had a sister.
Sister hates him.
And his dad is Stanley is all right.
Well, he's still a bad Tory.
No, yeah, but I mean, for a bad Tory, he's all
sister and brother are both like
proper. Yeah.
His sister's an independent. She went to that independent party as well.
Okay.
His brother's a moderate.
I know I'd seen something yesterday saying like Kenneth Clark had kicked his ass.
Oh, everyone's kicked his ass.
All of that, but he hasn't lost something else.
He's got a minus majority of over 20 now.
But what I seen when I was in the airport last night, I was just looking at it come up on my feed or something like it's part of their plan to try to get a general election.
Basically,
because they can play.
I don't want to go into like too much of political, but basically what's happened is he said it was going to be no deal or nothing.
Yeah.
They got this vote,
yeah.
And because he said while we were away, basically, and you probably know this, but while he said, "Oh, we're going to suspend Parliament," right?
Yeah,
so it could like not be. It could not be discussed. It could not be debated.
But
they got that sorted, and he said because they lost that, he said we're going to have a general election, and basically the basis of the general election is that will take up too much time, so that this no deal Brexit will have to go through. We'll have to go through. Well, so what's happening now is he's calling Jeremy Corbyn a chicken because Corbyn won't take an election, but he won't take an election because if he takes an election, Brexit will get through. Yeah. So it's all mad.
So there's like an impasse. Mad.
It's all mad.
Let's have some comments. Stephen Kelly or iPad, last day for you mate and holiday.
What is he here?
Oh, last day for you mate and holiday.
Yeah.
Right,
oh, yeah.
Great job. Since watching Everton, what is the worst home game you've witnessed and why?
Ooh. I mean, that could be anything. Is the worst when you feel worse or is the worst when you feel good? So, remember when like Moyes was in charge and we got beat by Bolton 4-0? That was horrendous. The derby when Mane scored was horrendous, but I'd seen worse.
Yeah.
I don't know. Crystal Palace first game this season when we got beat 2-1.
About Arsenal, 6-1. That was a bad
one. It was, but we turned it round, didn't we?
That was a bad one.
Yeah.
What about McAllister? That was one of the worst. That was one of the worst. I sat there, rushed off 4, surrounded by Reds in 83 or whatever it was, 82, 83.
So many.
There is so many to choose from. I'd say the McAllister one's up there, definitely. Really, for the Mane one, and I probably sound pathetic for saying this, but I just sort of went, yeah, seen it before. So it didn't like thingy me, but that McAllister one, and especially because what happened after it gave them that impetus to go on.
It was a horrible game.
On the back of it.
It's just a horrible game.
So maybe that one. David Collins, what's your feelings on the Bad Boys and Maverick trailers? That's obviously for you because I have no clue what
have you seen the Bad Boys for Life trailer?
No. Okay. That was Will Smith?
Martin Lawrence, except Martin Lawrence looks like he ate Martin Lawrence.
His
face is like that.
At the minute, yeah.
I think they both look boss. The Maverick trailer looks boss.
Okay.
Although, again, men playing volleyball is still a bit weird, especially when they're Tom Cruise's age. I don't know whether I want to see that.
Oh, so you got to top off again?
Well, someone has, yeah. Well, it's essentially
Top Gun 2.
It's flying planes, riding motorbikes, singing with people in pubs. Sounds very familiar.
Top Gun 2, but
yeah. It's like basically the first question is you should be like a 5-star major by now. And he's like, why hasn't it happened? He's like, I don't know, sir. And he's like, in other words, because he likes flying planes. But the special effects are amazing because he's flying. You see him fly the plane, but it's from the perspective of like say a GoPro.
Oh, okay.
So you see, and obviously it's not him flying it, so they must have done it in some kind of simulator thing. But it looks amazing. It does look amazing.
I've seen one of the trailers for that a while ago when it was announcing it. It looked good. I love Top Gun.
I drove through that town when I went to America 2 years ago, and if I'd known I would have stopped. Got pictures outside the house. The house is still lit.
The house, yeah.
Or just took my top off, played volleyball,
like that.
Greased myself up.
Go like that with the
sprayed on a six-pack.
Shady. Yeah. Shading, clever shading. It's good. Derek Hulton says, welcome back, Baz. Hope holidays went well. They did very well.
Degs.
Ped's been the star.
Are you all right, mate? I hope he messaged earlier and he went, listen, I couldn't watch that yesterday. I'm sorry, I was in hospital. Thanks. Don't worry.
Apologies.
Are you all right? Are you all right?
That's literally the most important thing. David Collins, yes, Baz is back in the house. Cheers, David. Maverick, good. Top Gun 2, good. Gary Ward, howdy. Glad to see Baz back safe and sound. Cheers, Gaz. David Collins, 18 more wins and we're in Europe. Is it bad that I looked the other day and thought 33 points and was safe?
I didn't think that. Can I do Circle of Trust, Patreon people? I don't know if some people looked at the comments last night on YouTube. Someone had a go at me. It was dead funny because someone had a go at me going, I was going to join back at Patreon. I didn't even know you were when you were on Patreon events. But I listened to some of the things you talk about, Ped, and it put me off. And I went, Sam, mate, I said, but we don't make shows for you. We make shows for everyone. And he was like, I can stand Baz and the Piv, but you. And I was like, Sam, mate, no worries, no worries.
He can stand us?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
You make it, you. And I was like, Sam, mate, sound. And he went, so talking about your Star Wars shite. And I was like, Sam, mate. And he went, that's why Baz got off for 3 weeks. He couldn't stand your Star Wars shite. I went, okay, mate. And I found the video of you on the Millennium Falcon and sent it to him. And he hasn't been back in touch.
Star Wars, Millennium Falcon, brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. I like that, the fact that he could stand us.
He probably said more. He probably said he loves you.
No, I doubt it. He definitely won't now.
I just thought it was hilarious. I just thought it was hilarious.
It's like, why are people so angry?
Anyone who watched the live show yesterday knows that it was basically made up of all film stuff because there was nothing to talk about.
No, if there's nothing to talk about, there's nothing to talk about. Rouge Ped, you mentioned yesterday, none of the recent players are legend because they haven't won anything. Who are your top 5 out of those players then? So what were you talking about yesterday?
Someone asked me if anyone in the last 20 years was a legend, and I said no, because you can't be a legend at Everton unless you've won something. It's as simple as that. And in fact, even if you win stuff, doesn't make you a legend, does it? You've got to. For me, and I named the legends. For me, there's only Dixie Dean, Ted Sagar, Alec Young, Brian LeBone, the Holy Trinity, and the '85 squad who are legends at Everton. Nobody else is a legend. There's different tiers, but no. And don't get me wrong, there'll be people before that, like
Derek Temple.
I don't know.
I didn't. Obviously,
he won an FA Cup, didn't he? I mean, that's like saying does that make Barry Horn a legend?
For keeping us up.
No, for winning an FA Cup.
Oh, for winning the FA Cup.
Neville Southall, of course.
But I suppose, by some people's definition, no, that '95 team will be legends because they won something. And it's the last time we won something.
All right. Okay. Do you know I just think there's tiers, and they can legends the very top, and then it'll come down. And
what would you call the next? Not quite a legend.
I don't know.
You know what I mean, though, don't you? The '95 team won something, and then for now, the way Everton are, sadly, we're not a club that wins stuff.
Quite funny. Before I had Gavin Buckland in. You know what? I was only going to speak to him for 20 minutes, and he said, "I've got to be off by 3:30." I was like, "Yeah, sound no worries." Well done. Yeah. I think we finished at 3:25. We was a brilliant conversation. Yeah. We've had loads more, but we were talking about the '60s and saying basically. Everton again, our boss teams, and he said it's the same. It's always been the same thing. Everton are lost, always lost. We always lose, and we were talking about players and legends, and we were like, how many players do you not talk? Do people, even us, not talk about Everton? We don't talk about. But he said something really funny, which he said. Someone said around the late '60s, we're referring to Everton as a club, and he said Everton's biggest enemy at Everton, and he meant that the people who run the club at the time. Yeah. I said, no, nothing's changed. We don't sort of particularly do well at protecting our own legacies. We don't project enough stuff. You know, he said as well. He said in the '60s, early on '60s, Everton was seen like Chelsea are. This club would come in and with all the money, and everyone hated us, and that's why Liverpool were loved. He said because Liverpool were like. Was seen. I said, why do Liverpool get linked with the Beatles and we don't? Paul McCartney was a Blue, so we don't. And he went, well, that's because everyone hated us. Everyone hated us because he said, millionaires. He said it wasn't in the spirit of the game. So I said, so he said, what happened is Everton did a root and branch thing to go to review it all, and he said, so they reviewed. They got all these people in, review it. They said, you need this, this, and this, and this, and Everton just went ignored it. I those people still work at the club?
Running it.
Are they still running the club?
Everton haven't been any good at building on success.
No. That's what was...
And that's ultimately it. And other clubs have. And that's what's held us back. And we've had a lot of success. But unfortunately, it's been sporadic. And we've never been able to just get that enough momentum.
Well, you know what he said as well? He said, arguably, one of the things he's took from... Because it's not just about the 60s, the book, it's about the 70s as well, and a bit more. But he said, arguably, one of the things that he's took from all his time is that the 39 team is supposed to be the best Everton team of all time, right? And now, I said to him, how come we've never... And this is a bit of a sore point, but I said, how come we've never played on the sympathies? The fact that
we had
it taken away from us. I said, was there any? I said, why? How come we were hated in the early '60s when really we should have been? Did people not feel sorry for us because of what had happened? And he was just like, no. I was like, well, there you go.
But I suppose you can only gain that sympathy by highlighting it in the first place. Other people have had obviously with things like World Wars.
Bit different because it affects everyone.
Everyone's affected. Yeah. But what you probably have to do at that time then is remind everybody, that you were boss until this happened. Do you know what I mean? And if you don't, what can you do?
So let me just show you these. Baz got me the thermal detonators. They are do you know what I'm going to do with them, by the way? Do you know what I've just had an idea what I'm going to do with them? Oh, this is a great idea. This is a great idea.
It's the excitement.
Oh, I've just had a great idea.
Go on.
Because I was thinking, what can I do with them?
Yeah.
I'm going to put a hole in both of them, and they are going on the Christmas tree.
That is a good idea. Idea.
So I'm going to feed a little thing through, and they are going on the Christmas tree. Thermal.
They click on. One might just.
Thermal detonator. Christmas baubles. There you go.
I like that, look.
Oh, still.
I mean, they've been washed.
Oh, it's Florida. It's got a touch of Florida and a touch of Sprite.
Oh, it's nice. It'll be the Floridian water.
That's beautiful.
Oh,
yeah, that's what I'm going to do. That's a genius. That's a genius.
You could actually, if you just feed it, look at the gap there. So you could
that's a great idea.
That is a crack.
That is a good idea. There you go. That's what, they were banned, by the way. Yeah. Last week, they were banned from going on the planes. But luckily enough, I got in touch with someone, got it sorted. No problem, I'll get sorted for you. 160, how much were they apparently to buy?
$15 each.
$15 each. Baz didn't have to pay, thanks to Will Slaney. When's he coming in anyway?
When he's gone, he was only in Florida for 3 days. Then I said to him, when are you going? And he went, well, I'm flying up to New York to call in on the Marvel fellas and see me brother. And then I'm flying to Ireland. So we got back to Ireland last Friday, and he's doing something with the Premier League at the moment. Brilliant. But when he comes over he's doing some stuff at Everton as well. So he said next time he's over, he's going to come in.
Oh, what a man!
And see us top man.
So when you went,
oh yeah.
So there was 6 of you there, wasn't
6,
there?
Yeah.
So you had 6 passes with.
Basically, what happened was you were having a conversation with him because you'd seen him there. Someone asked me. Johnny 8 it was, asked me if I was going. And I was in 2 minds about it because I really wanted to go and see it. Yeah. And what I thought was, I'll go and see the land, but I doubt I'm going to get on the ride because it's madness. It was opening at 6 a.m. But I was still umming and ahhing about it. And he asked me on Twitter, on the back of your conversation, because I think you said I was there. And I just said, I don't think I'm going to go on the ride because I can't see me getting on it. Because I've been there before when Star Wars stuff's gone on and it's mental. Yeah. Absolutely mad. And then I just got a DM off Will saying, I'm here. Do you want to meet up? Do you want to go? I might be able to get you in. I was just like, sound, if you can. But I said, if you can't, don't worry because I'm not, it is what it is, blah, blah, blah. And so he said, like, how many of you is there? So I said, well, there's 6 of us. And he was like, I might be able to get 3 here in. I was like, he said, you might have to pick who's your favourite kid and all that. So I was like, whatever, mate. If you can do anything, great. If you can't, don't worry, because I don't, I'll sign, whatever. Anyway, left it. And then I didn't hear anything. So I thought, well, he can't, and he's busy or whatever. So, and that day we'd been in Animal Kingdom, and it started launching it down. So we went home. Because we were going to, funnily enough, Disney Studios in the night anyway, because we had fast passes for a couple of things. So went home, and in the afternoon had a swim and had a sleep. I put my phone on charge and went to sleep for half an hour. I got up, walked in and seen Ped 19 missed calls or something. I was like, what the went on, the Piv had a missed call off the Piv or a message. And then I went on to me thing and Will sent me about 25 messages going, are you there? Do you want them? I've got you 6, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, he sorted it, but it was incredible. It was just an incredible... What was incredible about it was, when we got taken in, he had a Disney fella assigned to him, because obviously he's working for Marvel, and he was like, I'm fucking Irish.
Well, he's writing the Star Wars comic book though as well.
He's done the comic book, he's done the, he's literally done a whole comic, the Galaxy Edge
He's done Beckett,
comic. He's doing, Beckett, is he the fella who's got the shop?
No, Beckett he's done, in the Han Solo film, there's a guy called Beckett, played by Woody Harrelson, and he was doing his comic book. Right. So now is he doing the Galaxy Edge comic book?
So he's doing Galaxy Edge, and he's doing the fella who's, he told me the name and I forgot it, the fella who's got the shop's incredible, the door, you stand at the shop and the doors slide up, they're like round doors and they slide open, you go in, and it's a fella who's a trader. Everything in there, mate. I was going to buy you something.
It was like 100 quid,
it was $150 was the cheapest thing. It was
like the lightsabers and the droids.
I love you, but I'm not paying 150 quid for something I might break on the way home.
I'm happy with me. I'm happy with
But so what was really incredible, 2 things for me was A, walking in with him, because he'd obviously drawn some of it, like the cantina. He'd actually drawn it for this comic. This is mad sin. And so I'd done the interview in there, which is saying, And the other thing was just walking in that land, and because it was a press night, it was quiet. There was nobody there. And the Disney fella, Jamie, who was lovely, it was $500 an hour, by the way, to have him walk you around. Yeah, mad. If you've got the money, it's incredible, because he walks you to the front of everything. But he walked in, he was like, you're never going to see this land like this ever again. And I was like, I know. Anyway, we went in, the Millennium Falcon's breathtaking, and that, for me, I know you're banging to Star Wars with everything. For me, 4, 5 and 6 as it is now are the 3 Star Wars films, but the Millennium Falcon, as a kid, watching Star Wars, I wanted to be on it and drive it and everything. And I got to do it. When you go in, it takes your breath away. But I'm doing it with Will was obviously incredible. But fantastic thing. The land itself's mad, because it's just huge. It's bigger than anything I thought. And he was telling me about the Rise of the Resistance, which opens in December. It's a 28-minute attraction.
The queue is probably better than other people's rides.
Yeah.
It's got all. You apparently you
telling me stuff.
You get taken. You get like, you go on a ship, and that's only like a holding area, and then the ship gets sucked into like a big ship, and then when you get off, so you go out, and then you have to go on a lift, and when you get out, you have to walk past all like a battalion of stormtroopers, so they're all animatronic, and they're all like looking at you and all that, and that's not even the ride.
It sounds.
What did you have any blue milk?
You know what's the only thing I didn't have, and I'm devastated, because we went in, and I'll be honest, we went into the land, it was amazing, but I didn't think we were going to get to do the ride, because it wasn't open. This was 2 days before it was open, so I was thinking, Will was like, we might ride it later when he'd message me, and I was thinking, probably won't though, because it's not open. So when they took us in and filmed it and all, anyway, we done that, and we come out, and then there was like, the food that's on sale in the place was there for everyone to have. So I'd like got a glass of lager and got this chicken, which was incredible, like a little square chicken, fiery chicken on this bed of mash, but it's all called different stuff.
It's all in character.
Everything's in character. They're not allowed. What they were saying was, if you went in with like
you're not allowed to, are you?
Well, if you can wear it, but what they'd say is, he's a legend there, but they don't. It's not. It's as if it's happened ages ago. There's nothing current about it and all that. There's no air conditioning in the. There's like a marketplace. I'll show you on my phone. There's like a market. There's no air conditioning. There's just fans and all. It's just mad. But as you were standing there, like people, like the resistance people running past them, going hide me, and then like stormtroopers were walking up, going and like stopping you and questioning you. And it was just mad.
There's all things all over.
But it didn't have the blue milk.
There's things all over the place that you can like. Scan.
If this lad's become a patron now, you've told him before, he's gonna be livid.
No.
Go ahead now.
There's all things all over the park, like you can scan, and then they create like narratives for you, and then if you have scanned them, then they know you scanned them, and they start looking for you and all mad things. So you become like, if anyone thinks you're walking in, just like go up to someone and they're like, "Oh, how are you enjoying Star Wars Land?" They're not like that, are they? They're like, they're always in character. The people who wear, and it's people who, anyone who's never been to like Florida to the theme parks, they're all kids who just want to be actors.
Yeah.
So everyone's always like
the proper into it.
Proper excited, and there's no hint of cynicism at all. That's why you could never have Disneyland in England.
No.
Because everyone would be like,
no.
Fucking this and fucking that. Everyone's like, this, like, they're always in character.
We were stood there having this drink, and this thing comes up and goes, hide me, from nowhere. And like stood behind us, and we're like, my missus is like, what's going on? Just like, shh. And then like the first order come, like the fella, you know, in Star Wars, the grey cap, and they're like looking, and then the Storms, have you seen? And he's like crouching behind us, and I'm like, I don't know what's going to happen here if I move. If I go, yeah, he's here. So we just like, no, we haven't seen anyone. They were like, okay, if you see him, come and get us, or whatever, and walked off. And he was like, thanks, guys. And then he like ran, done some like forward roll towards the Millennium Falcon. It's berserk, but the place itself is incredible. But no, we didn't have the blue milk. It was wounded.
There's blue milk, and there's also alcoholic blue milk as well.
Yeah.
And it comes in different shaped cups, so they know.
It was bosh, but I mean, there's some money in that land. Like, but we went back the other day because it's just open, and because of the hurricane, there was like an hour wait and stuff. But walk through, but compared to what it was mad. There was a lot of people there, but it was great with the atmosphere, and all that was still going on. And it was boss like. Derek Hulton says, thanks for asking, guys. I'm fine. Basically, I've knackered my body after losing my pancreas. Now and again, I need infusions. Yesterday was fluids and magnesium, so today I feel like Superman. Good, Derek. I am glad, because you're very prolific with your comments, and we love that. We love how interactive you are with it, and
although
good to hear.
He wants Cam to stop talking so fast.
On his reviews, he does speak quickly.
He does,
but he's excitable. Terry Cook says legends, then icons. Yeah. Oh, that's from the conversation before, isn't it? Derek Hulton's legend is Duncan McKenzie for the nutmegs on Tommy Smith in the semi-final at Main Road. Jumped over 3 minis, and I was next to him when he threw a golf ball from the Gladys Street into the park end. How did he do that?
The things people did back in the day.
Evan Osborne's gone out me, hasn't he? Cheers, Baz. Did you hit up SeaWorld? I worked there for a summer during college and loved it. You know what?
Finger dolphins.
I didn't finger
in
dolphins.
The blowholes.
No. I did go to SeaWorld, and you know what? I have to say this, right? It's the first time, really, that when I was watching a couple of the shows, I was a little bit uncomfortable. Yeah. And I've not been like that going there. What I will say is the ride Mako is in SeaWorld. It's incredible. It's a roller coaster. It's absolutely incredible. SeaWorld's got some fantastic rides, but there's another roller coaster there. So I think what's happening...
Have rides and don't have dolphins.
Well, apparently they've said, haven't they, once this next cycle of like killer whales and dolphins, they're not going to have them.
Once they've killed them.
Basically, yeah. But what I did see the second time, or the third time he went 3 times to finish it off, not the dolphin. There was protesters outside with all placards, which I thought was never seen before, which was interesting.
Knew you were coming.
Rouge says, love the tangent. My original question took you on. So still wondering who your guys' 5 top players of the modern era are. I'd say you see, even that's a question in itself though, isn't it? Because top 5 players, is it top 5 players we loved in the modern era, or is it the best 5 players we've seen?
I would say...
Because Duncan Ferguson, I would say, is an idol for Evertonians, an icon. He's not a legend because... Although he won an FA Cup, so people might say he is. I don't know, but Duncan is up there. Leighton Baines, I absolutely love. I love Tim Cahill. It's another one. There's 3. But then how recent are we talking? How modern are we talking? Premier League era? Because Andrei Kanchelskis is one of the best players I've ever seen wearing Everton shirt.
The most controversial one would be Romelu Lukaku.
Romelu Lukaku goal record he's our top scorer Premier League. So one in. Did you see just on again tangents? Did you bother watching the Van der Meijden thing with him? Because I
watched a bit of it.
I watched all of it one day last week, and I thought when he started about Everton, I thought, oh, here we go, bitch fest. And Ron was actually, and in fact, you know what? Even Van der Meijden was He was. What I don't get about Van der Meijden is what he said at the end is spot on about like. The fans and they love you, they back you, but if you shit on them, they don't like. And he was like, I love that, and Ron was like, yeah, I love that about them. But the other bit was like, they're a shit club and don't go there. That's nonsense because it's not like Van der Meijden left last season and he can say that with any authority. Do you know what I mean?
When he said that originally, and I think he did clarify it, didn't he? He said it like joking, don't go to that club. They're a shit club. And I think he just got caught up in the moment. I'd like to think that. And I think in this he clarified it and was like, oh, I got loads of stick because I said, didn't he say, my Instagram was just like non-stop. Yeah. And he said, but then he said, but I like that, didn't he? He said, because I'd had a go at them and they don't like that because they don't care about anything else but their club. And Ron was like, yeah, that's why. I think Ron was basically saying, I think he was sort of like understanding that he played the cartoon like villain when he went back and understood his part.
He played his part.
You know, he understood that. So
the problem I have with Ron, and this is the only, apart from the fact that he couldn't slap a bag of cement, the problem I had with Ron was that he didn't show us any humility. And yet, this is a lad that was at West Brom for a season, scored a goal for us and was like, I'm sorry, the next season. You know what I mean? It was just mad. And yet he played for us for 4 seasons, scored a lot of goals. Most Evertonians still loved him at the end.
I think, and I'm going to say this right now, Romelu Lukaku will not play at a club longer than he played at Everton Football
Club.
I agree. He will not.
And I don't think he'll be as loved as he was at Everton Football Club. Don't get, there was a section of Everton fans that didn't love him. I didn't particularly love him. I knew how good he was. But because I never felt like he was fully committed to us, I never committed to him. I've said this before.
Romelu Lukaku will get to 28 and think, I probably should have stayed at Everton. Think big things were about to happen.
Well, you know what? This could be a thing he won. But if Romelu Lukaku would have stayed at Everton, and with that money, and Ronald Koeman might have done better, Everton would have certainly done better. He'd have scored the goals he was scoring. We had money then to start investing in better players to help him. And who knows where he would have took us.
Yeah,
and
definitely.
The club would have took us.
Definitely.
So it's just the way it is. So you're right. If you're talking about modern top 5 players, then goal scorers, we haven't had many. And he's our record Premier League goal scorer. So you would have to say him. You'd have to say him. And he's had a good start to his Inter-career, hasn't he? Scored a couple of goals. So.
And he's been racially abused.
And he was racially abused already, which is just still happening. It's absolutely disgusting, and it's happening. And it's almost like apologetic.
What's worse, right?
Great pen, though.
What's worse, the racist abuse, right? Or the letter he got from the Inter Milan fans?
What did the letter...
So the letter basically...
The letter saying, justifying?
The letter basically says, sorry, Rom, apologies, blah, 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 but this is what we do in Italy. We try and upset the opposition. We don't mean what we say, but we do it to upset the opposition. So they're justifying why he was racially abused. And also...
Well, that's obviously... Well, no, I still think in the main that the racial abuse is worse because that's coming from a place of reality. You're there racially abusing someone. The apology is not much better, but it's kind of trying to give him an explanation as why it's happening.
And also the other hilarious part was
great pen.
Syria went round taking down all the videos off Twitter of him getting racially abused.
Did they?
Yeah.
Well, they will.
Which is hilarious.
That's how a lot of people...
But the Premier League also went round taking down pictures of Tielemans' tackle as well.
Yeah, which is again
just...
But how are people like that getting away with it? That's what I don't know. How did he get away with that challenge with VAR? Well, I mean, you sent me a couple of things, said have a look at this and have a look at this.
Well, there was 4 over the weekend. There was the West Ham penalty that should have been a penalty that wasn't, which is horrendous. He got took out.
Halle.
Yeah, got took out. There was the handball at Newcastle that they missed. That led to Newcastle's goal. So there was a handball from a Newcastle player in the box, and they've admitted they missed it, and it wouldn't have been a goal if they'd seen it.
How can you miss it when you look on it?
There was Tielemans, and the Grealish one is just literally the Tielemans one is up there with one. Forget about VAR. It's one of the worst decisions I've ever seen in football.
Who's the ref?
I've no idea. It was one of the better ones.
How was it?
But so you've got all this stuff at your fingertips, and you can't let the game. Because someone made a really good point and said, we've had 4 weekends of Premier League football, right? And not one referee has gone yet to the screen on the side to just go. So
I like that though.
No, I do. But surely, in terms of for your own peace of mind, right? So what I'm saying is, no. Hear me out.
No, I am.
So hear me out. So the referee of that game, right, on the Villa game, so he thinks he's dived, right?
Yeah.
So just let the game go on 30 seconds longer, right? Then see what happens. Then go over to the touchline. Don't consult them, because then you're getting outside view. Go over and go, yeah, I thought you dived, and I'm just double checking to see if you did it. So you don't need the guy up there, although we like that. But he's checking his own mind.
Just a goal though, wasn't it? Villa's goal.
I know. So if he goes over and goes, actually he didn't dive. But now he's got no comeback on that. Villa have been denied a goal. Grealish has been classed as a diver when he got kicked twice. He was already falling because he'd already been kicked. And he got hit as well. So why not just go, I'll back myself, but I also, just for the sake of, because we have got the technology, let's just see. And he didn't, he blew the whistle. What's the point? What's the point in VAR?
It's mad, because the idea, again, no, it isn't the technology, it's the people who are implementing it, isn't it?
What this weekend has highlighted is that the problem isn't VAR, the problem is the referees. They're terrible. Terrible still.
I mean, we've seen two things. One the week before, I'd seen Salah got reviewed for a red card, didn't he, in the Arsenal game for lashing out at a player in the box, which he could have been sent off for, and that just got washed, like, by the by, even though he'd lashed out. And in our game, Yerry Mina had a shot which hit the Wolves lad's hand. Now, you're seeing a penalty given for that, but the referee looked at it, or the VAR looked at it and didn't give it. And it's like, well, how can you give that one week and you can't give it the next? If it's hitting the hand and changing direction, it's handball. You know, when it was... But I mean, Anthony Taylor done a cracking job himself of making refereeing a game and looking as if he's never refereed a game in his life. The Ruben Neves challenge through the back of Gylfi, I think it was just nonsense. Didn't get booked for it, jumped in, left the ground, no in at the ball, didn't get booked, and yet other players are getting booked for nothing. But the referees are crap. That's the that's literally the top and bottom of it. Where are we? Adam Buckley. All right, lads, I'll post my question here today. Put a couple on YouTube, but have been missed. Okay. Do you think we'll ever see players with in-ears being given live coaching from off the field? That's interesting. Also, are players allowed to do similar things that rugby players do at a line-out? Imagine lobbies, Yerry in the air at corners. We're holding them up as a corner comes in.
No, that's classed as ungentlemanly sport.
Yeah. Do you think there's ever going to be a time when players have got an earphone in the mic?
No, they won't be allowed. I can't, unless it... No, because I don't think you're... I'm sure there's probably a rule for that.
That's equipment, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm sure there's a rule for that, but there's also probably a safety rule for that as well. Would they want it, though? I mean, football's not like American football, where they can be coached through plays. This is a game with fluidity.
It's instinct as well, isn't it? So... You've got someone telling you to do something against your instinct as the game's going on. It wouldn't work. You'd end up being caught in.
Yeah.
I mean, imagine Ross Barkley with an in-ear thing. You know, he's undersided most of the time anyway. If you've got someone else...
Who's that talking?
What's going on? Shall I shoot? Shall I pass? Shall I leave? I don't know.
But I tell you, if you're gonna bring some technology like that into the game, bring it into the refs. Get the refs mic'd up.
Yeah.
Get them mic'd up so that everyone can hear when they ask the VAR a question. That's what they should have. That's the number one thing they should have. Because people will say, well, they should have to explain the decisions. No, let's hear their decisions in real time so that we all know what's going on.
I remember, and you will as well, Lee, when the FA Cup final a couple of years ago. And Michael Oliver was mic'd up and he played it back, and it was incredible because there was a lot of shouting in his ear, but it was when there was a penalty, wasn't it? Chelsea United was it or something like that, and there was a penalty and he talked it through it and everything, and it was brilliant, and you got to hear that. So why isn't
Remember the one years ago with Ellery? There was one years ago with Ellery, and he was and people were, I think he was Arsenal, and people were coming over. Tony Adams like, hey,
that's the problem, isn't it?
And they called him. But imagine though, if you all the rest were mic'd up, imagine how much of that would stop though. Players walking over, players would have to protect their image, otherwise they'd be coming over going, you
And then you'd be getting done for it, yeah.
I know as well, if you did that, they were mic'd up and someone walked over and went, ref, you're off. Then you go, Monday morning, mate, you're getting a ban. You're not allowed to do that.
Not allowed to speak like that.
Not allowed to speak like that.
Interesting one, isn't it? David Collins, Lukaku was very good, but he's a massive gobshite. Needs to focus on his job. Also, why Italy? He has nowhere else to go now. But that's probably why he's in Italy, because he didn't have anywhere else to go, did he?
Inter are in the Champions League as well, aren't they? Inter are a big club, and they're in the Champions League, and
he's with Conte as well, who wanted him at Chelsea. I mean, he says in that Van der Meijden video that he was talking to Chelsea for 2 years. Yeah. Well, he was at Everton about going back. And then Conte liked him and he wanted to go there, but United ended up getting him because, I don't know why he went to United, but...
If he's not outstanding at Inter, he's just going to plateau and he's just going to become one of those players who plays for teams that, okay, will be in the Champions League, but aren't the Barcelonas and Real Madrid. When he was at us, I thought he was good enough to be number 9 at Real Madrid. I really did. Maybe not Barca because of his touch, but Real Madrid, I thought he could have...
He probably still could, couldn't he? As Benzema gets too old, what is he, 26 now, isn't he?
Maybe being in Italy, it'll focus on actually playing. All that noise and all the distractions and everything that comes easy in the Premier League will all disappear, and he'll actually just have to get on with doing the job.
Do you think he'll be different in a different country? So if he went to Spain, say for argument's sake, the press are different in other countries, I would say, to here. And fans are different. I think the press in Italy are like worse when it comes to football. They want to know everything, but I don't think they give a monkeys about your private life. And that's why that's the thing. So he won't get away with anything in a football way, but he might be able to have a private life. Also, live North Italy. You can. It's a nice place to live. You can get out. You can go a lot of places as well. So I have to see. I mean, he's got the tools to be a top class striker, but obviously, I've always had not worries. I don't worry about him the slightest. He's a millionaire, but I've always thought his touch isn't good enough to be a top draw centre forward. He can't protect the ball very well. His touch ain't great. He loses opportunities in top games because his control isn't good enough. But he is a very, very good goal scorer, and he's proved that he's scored goals everywhere he's gone. His record at United isn't that bad when you look at it. You know, people talk about him like he's awful. He's not. But
don't you think his big problem at Man United is weird? This is weird, right? His big problem at Everton was he wanted to play for a big club, right? And he used to talk about that. And the problem was when he was at Man United, he wanted to be the biggest player at the biggest club, right? So therefore, he's striving for things that he just can't achieve. No,
it's not good enough.
But in a personal way, not in a football way. I honestly believe if he put his mind to it, he can be a top player. But his mind, he doesn't. We've spoke about this loads of times. He doesn't ever seem to be fulfilled as a player.
No.
Whereas, I think he'll get like 28, 29 and go, well, when I was at Everton, I ruled the roost. I could do anything I want. In a way. I was the number one player. I could have been on every poster. I could have been on the back of every kid's shirt. I could have used that for my own benefit in terms of like everything. The player who leads Everton to the Champions League, from the back of that. If you're the number one player in a team and the team are doing well, then everything's going to follow, boot deals and all that. When he's at Man United, suddenly he had Ndigo of Paul Pogba, who he thought was his mate. And then he falls out with Paul Pogba. It's like, life was better when your best mate was Balassi, mate.
Well, that's it, isn't it? It's that some players...
At least you had to live to work.
Yeah, he did. Some players are in a rush to get to somewhere else, and it's like, I don't think enough of them I don't think enough of them stop and go, you know what? This is boss, what I'm doing.
So I'm watching the Dortmund documentary, which is brilliant, by the way.
Good,
so I'm on the third part, and it's brilliant. Klopp comes into it, and as much as you all hate him, he's actually boss in this documentary. Right, that's fair enough, but you can understand why people love him and why he gets so much out of people. So he's building this team like he built them, and they've got Mario Götze, and Mario Götze's like 18 wonder kid. He's like their Wayne Rooney. Comes in straight away, hits the ground running. So they get to the Champions League final, and they lose it to. Remember the one at Wembley?
Yeah.
So anyway, when they lost the league, when they done the double, and Munich were like, that's it, you're not doing this anymore. And the first thing they decided was, well, we need to get better. How do we get better? By making you weaker. So they went for Götze and then Lewandowski. And Götze's in it, and he's saying, he said, like, Royce is sitting there, and he's like, I heard this knock on the door. And he was like, who's that? He opened the door, and it's Götze. And he went, like, what? He went, I need to tell you something. He's like, what? He went, I'm signing for Bayern Munich next season. And he's just like, you fucking knobhead.
Royce did?
Royce is his best mate, and he's like, you fucking prick. He's like, we are building this team, and this is your club, and this is everything you've ever wanted, and you're going to throw it all away. And like, you know, he understands if he leaves. And Royce is like, this is why I've never left. Like, I love this place. And then Götze's like, obviously back at Dortmund, so he's got to answer that question again. He was like, that was hard. That was hard to do. He said I had to go round one by one and tell people that I was going to go to the nearest rivals. So not only was I making us weaker, I was making our opponents better. And he was like, but I felt like at the time, and he's like, but you can tell, he's like, I should never have done that.
He's never done
like,
anything.
I had everything. Well, he scored the winner World Cup final.
Yeah.
No, I know, but he's like, I had everything here. I had all my mates. We were and that's what Klopp says. He said, and this is what he said, Klopp and this other fellow like the CEO. The next morning after a cup final, they found themselves. Both of them woke up in a transport depot in the back of lorries. He said, that's how we were. He said, we just went out and enjoyed ourselves. He said, we've got no idea how we ended up there. It's mad, this story. But they'd say that when they lost the Champions League final, he said, if they could have kept that team together for 2 years, we would have won everything. Like they have done. Like they did keep the team together. And he's like, Götze's like, that's on me. Like, I had everything. And not only did I have everything, but I'm part of the reason it all fell apart. Yeah. And it's like, now he's back, and now he only ever plays like once every 3 weeks because he's got these injury problems. And he's like, I had everything at this club, and I threw it all away.
That's what too many of them.
To chase something which I felt like I needed, but in hindsight he didn't, because he already had it. Yeah. But he couldn't see he already had it. And how many footballers does that happen to?
Too many.
And then you see poor people like Marcus Bent crying his eyes out on Sky because he loved being at Everton. And because he went bankrupt.
There you go. Derek Hulton says, I hear what you're saying, Pep, but the ref himself cannot make the decision to go and look at the screen.
He can.
He can only go to check if he's advised to do so. The ref responds to the VAR button alarms, which notifies him a VAR check is happening.
But the point is, Derek, you can't get a VAR check if you blow the whistle. The minute the referee blows a whistle and stops the game, right? The game is VAR can't check. So you're right. The referee has to give himself those extra few seconds and say to himself, I'll wait. So another way now offsides, the linesman doesn't put his flag up and is being instructed to. Well, then referees need to be instructed to let the play go and just essentially see what happens. And then maybe we'll do what we'll do. But if you blow your whistle, it doesn't matter.
No. Terry Cook says, who's impressed you the most this season for us? And it was Peter Banks, the ref at Bournemouth, when Tielemans nearly snapped Wilson's ankle. Who's impressed you the most for us this season?
Yerry Mina. Because he's played every game. And he's played every minute of every league game. And Andy was saying the other day, some technical thing about his passing.
Oh, his passing's in the top.
For progressive passing, though.
Progressive passing, yeah.
He
is good on the ball. Which is mad, because he can look a bit awkward, but his actual
at the weekend, there was about 3 or 4 instances where he looked like he was going to have the ball taken off him, and he did some mad movement with his weird Jurassic Park legs, and we kept the ball.
With the ball, yeah. I think he's been excellent. I said it in the summer, said at the end of last season, he's got the ability to be a monster for us. He really has. Obviously, the only thing is people will hold up an injury record, but it's you know, he's done well so far. He's obviously gone away with Colombia, plays against Richarlison. But he's been excellent. I'd say Jordan Pickford's impressed me a lot this season. So far, I think he's been very good. And also, it's only been a couple of games, but Alex Iwobi has looked, you know,
comfortable, straight in.
Yeah, I think he'll surprise a lot of people.
No issues in adapting to the team or obviously the Premier League.
And Delph as well.
Delph was, he was great, man.
He was good.
He was great.
And I thought what Iwobi was saying about him is that he's a leader on the training ground as well, and he's challenging players to do more. And we need someone who's got that ability to grab people, and no one could really say to him, well, hang on, what have you done? Because he shows you medals. Exactly, he just won back-to-back Premier League. So I think he could be, again, you know, he could be a very good player for us. So even from Simon Rouse, even the lads, and welcome back, Baz. Big sigh. Cheers, sigh. Gary Ward says he could give the earpiece to a captain. Hang on. Earpiece to a captain and let the manager relay the directions. I think it'd be... I know what he's saying, but...
When they cross the white line, shouldn't he just be able to go out and do what they do? That's another thing that's really interesting from the Dortmund documentary, by the way, is they come in at half time with like a laptop and the video analysis. They're doing video analysis at half time. It's mad. Absolutely incredible the way it's gone.
Well, I think a lot. Yeah, I think a lot of
it's on Nigel. It's on Amazon Prime. Honestly, it's what's good about it is it charts last season, but also it's like a history of Dortmund as well. So it shows you like it intertwines like the history of them. It's really good. Yeah. The game we went to is on it.
Is it?
Yeah.
Ruse, have you guys ever seen the Jinx? Amazing miniseries.
I went to start it, but I never started it. But yeah, I did go to start it.
Let's have a little go with that.
It's on Sky.
Good. Simon Rouse. Should we look at having a relationship with a Bundesliga team so we can send some of our youth to help them develop and get good first team experience?
Yeah, why not? Schalke, there's already one there, isn't it? Let's go with Schalke.
The weekend.
Okay, cool. Got him on the match, I think, as well.
Did he?
Apparently had a really good game. And the week before, obviously, he gave the penalty away against Bayern. So he's in Union Berlin, beat Dortmund.
Didn't he? John Dash will be lovely. He'll make an extra seat for safe standing.
Make extra something.
Derek Houghton says the problem with Rom is that he doesn't love football. He loves the life. We now have players who love the game. Just watch the training session films on Everton.com. 20-odd players having a laugh and a joke. The Brazil boys are nutters. Mina is just off his head. I mean, Bernard is getting an Everton tattoo, and the guy never stops smiling.
Can I just say one thing? And I'm not downplaying anything you say, Derek. But when they do those videos, they are told to enjoy them. They're told to laugh and joke. And the reason I know that is because they did this once. They get like 15 minutes to film it, or even less. And when you do like the UEFA games, and you have like the Champions League game, and they invite journalists to watch the training for like 10 minutes, and they get all the pictures and they've got all the gear on and all that. Well, remember when Koeman was bollocking them, and he bollocked them in that 15 minutes, and that all the journalists saying this is dead weird, because normally they're all told smile. We'll all just do a few like little passes and blah blah blah, nothing strenuous. And the minute they say the 15 minutes, the journalists go, and that's when the hard work begins. And in that, but that's what was so unusual. Koeman was bollocking them, and they were like, "This never happens." So they are all told to enjoy themselves, but they probably are enjoying themselves. When we went to watch them, they were enjoying themselves. Apart from when Jordan Pickford told one of the lads to put his camera away, even though Everton had said we could film it.
Goalkeepers.
Don't want this secrets out.
I mean, what secrets have they got? You hit a ball and you dive and save it. That's literally. There's no secrets.
I don't know.
But listen, to me, it seems as though they all get on well. That everything was told that the manager's done a really good job of fostering that team spirit and stuff like that. And I think it comes across. What did you make of Marco Silva at Lincoln going on a pitch and telling the Everton players to give the shirts to the fans? You know, you had Fat Boy.
Oh, you think the one where that was said that was a
Fat Boy fake on
Cundy
Jark Sport, saying, you know,
no, it was.
He's under pressure and he knows.
I think probably why, because it was pissing down, and fans got soaked, and after the game, fans had to walk 2 miles to get back to the coach. Kane will know he was there, even though he's bottled it and he's going on the train to Sheffield Wednesday.
It's not, mate. We've done that, coach. He probably doesn't want to hear about the roast dinner going in the oven, put on gas mask.
He's going on a train.
They
had to walk back though, apparently like 2 miles to and they got soaked apparently. So, and there was a lot of Evertonians there that night as well. So he was just telling the last game, away game before that was the Villa game. Yeah. So he was like probably saying, you know what, they endured that your crapness on Friday night, and they're here tonight, and they're cheering you on and all the rest of it. And apparently the Lincoln fans were bad knobheads as well.
Maybe.
Some of the Liverpool fans, and they were singing like Liverpool songs and all that kind of thing. So
Liverpool shirt on.
Does anyone ever get caught? Does anyone call Klopp out when he tells players to go and do similar stuff? No. So what's the I mean, we've seen all the nonsense with them having a go at Richarlison holding the shirt up, like you're not allowed to celebrate anymore. Behave.
Oh, you're like he got the Messi celebration wrong.
No, he got it perfectly right. It's about the badge.
They're just dickheads, mate. People like that are dickheads. Terry Cook says Delph is the Yorkshire Pirlo. Kane says Bar's back already, comes straight from the airport. More or less, mate, yeah. More or less, yes.
Yeah, thermal detonators to drop off.
I did. Ruse, did you guys do an instant match reaction when Morales took the penalty off Baines and missed?
Yeah, we will have, yeah.
We will have done,
We've done instant match reactions
for a while.
Yeah, no, we didn't do them straight away. No. We did them.
Did we do one for West Brom?
Probably. I don't know.
I don't know.
We didn't for a while. We didn't do instant match reactions. The only first thing we did was like on a Monday, and then Robbie from Arsenal Fan TV told us we were leaving it too long, so we started doing instant match reactions.
That was mad that night, wasn't it, Morales?
Yeah, and Rocky.
I mean, really, they're just the bad old days, aren't they? Simon says, Baz, did you see many fellow Evertonians while in the States? Seen a few. Got stopped a few times, had a few pitches with people, which is mad, isn't it? But what's mad is, it's mad when you're in America and like people come up to you and go, oh, you know, blah de blah, and love watching the show, and you know, I've just watched Pep before, and this, that, and the other, and you're just like, this is berserk, because some are English and some are American, and there was a couple of Welsh fellas who were seen in university the other day whose wife apologised to him because they were all stood 6 of them staring at me when I was ordering some food, and she said, I'm really sorry, I just thought it was hilarious. But seen quite a few Evertonians, seen a few Reds as well, which isn't great.
Did they know who you were?
The Reds?
Yeah. They normally do.
Well, they might have thrown things at me, or done videos behind me back or something, but no, it's I always look out for Everton tops, I love it. Love seeing Everton. On our plane actually last night, there was a couple of kids in the home and away. Everton kits, there was a kid in front, Zach had his Everton trackie on, there was a kid when we were getting off it with an Everton trackie on in front as well, so I love seeing all of that, because I just love it, seeing, you know, our name getting spread around.
What did they have in
I was just going
Epcot? They have a Liverpool
didn't have a Liverpool official kit, but they had an LFC t-shirt and a Mo Salah t-shirt. They had a Man City t-shirt. They had the United full kit. They had Arsenal full kit, Chelsea kit, Tottenham kit. Yeah, so. But you can't, I mean, listen, they're the top 6.
They're getting a proper full Mary Poppins thing there now.
Yeah, they're getting 4 rides, aren't they?
Getting loads of stuff, aren't
Guardians of the Galaxy.
Moana thing. And they're getting a big Mary Poppins thing.
Yeah. Like what was mad is they've got all the gondolas set up now.
Oh, so
you can go from the new Riviera Hotel to Hollywood Studios and stuff like that, mate. When it was windy the other day.
No.
For the hurricane, they put them all
bring them all in.
But there's loads of them. Goes miles. David Collins, football isn't rocket science, no need to complicate it. Strategy is laid out before kick-off and during the game. Footballers are professional athletes, so no need for AirPods.
There you go.
People are just throwing out ideas, aren't they? Obviously, but I don't see a situation where players would have mics in their ears, because it would complicate it. You're already in the game, aren't you? Kane Forshaw says that walk back was hard work, pissing down rain, had to have Carabao Cup tweets on notification for the draw,
draw.
And they put out a tweet that we was playing Portsmouth away. Obviously got it all wrong. All our fans thought we were playing Pompey until we got on the coast. Someone else the Piv messaged me that Portsmouth away. What was that?
I was watching the draw live, and I don't know.
So that, yeah.
Unless someone made a mistake, I don't know. I did walk in halfway through the draw because I was filming I was filming me ratings because I was waiting for the match reaction so I could mention who we were playing.
Oh, right.
So I came in and we were halfway through and Everton hadn't been called out. So I don't know whether someone had made a mistake with the numbers or something early on, but
no, because the pivot said Portsmouth away and then said no, sorry, Sheffield away. So I don't know.
They played Southampton, aren't they? So don't know. I don't know. Yeah, they're playing Southampton away.
Oof, that's a tasty one.
Because Southampton fans are made up. Because they get to beat their rivals as they're a lower league team.
Do they get to beat them though?
No, that'd be interesting. The shite Southampton.
Well, Hassenhutt, yeah, he's not. I mean, what do you make of him very quickly? Hassenhutt for what they've done.
They've had that Lamina go on loan to Turkey.
Has he gone to Turkey?
Yeah. It's weird that.
He wouldn't let. I think he's hasn't Smalling gone on loan somewhere.
That's a Roma.
So United wouldn't let him.
Sanchez has gone as well.
Yeah, no, Sanchez went to Inter. So United wouldn't let him come to us on loan.
Yeah. Because he wouldn't sell to a rival, that's been revealed. He wouldn't let anyone go to a rival, so we're classed as a rival.
And Rocco, that's why they tried to get massive money for Rocco. And
who didn't go anyway.
No one is fuming.
Yeah.
And Lamina, who Southampton said he weren't going to loan
who
out.
Was linked with Man United and Everton.
Ended up going on loan to where?
Turkey.
Just said.
Yeah.
Why didn't he ask him?
There was no interest by the sounds of it. There was nothing. There was no rumours whatsoever of him or Martina going anywhere. In fact, I did the daily at 6 o'clock and there was no rumours of anyone leaving on transfer deadline day in Europe. And it broke about 10 minutes after I'd done the daily that Balassi was getting linked to moves for Belgium or Portugal.
Anderlecht wanted to take him back, didn't he? But obviously, I don't know.
After he asked about his career being like Lego. And then deleted it.
I've seen him the Ra man or something. What I mean, I feel sorry for Balassi. You know what? Is there any universe which you would have had him in our squad this season?
No. His leg's gone. We said that at the time. His career was finished the minute that happened. Said it at the time. It's all right coming back and playing, but his career was finished.
At Everton?
In general. He can't run. He can't run. He's got them tricks are all great if you do them fast. You can't do tricks like that slowly. You just can't.
It's sad, isn't it? Because I think he'd have done all right for us.
I think we did. I think what's good is if we really needed to have got Cuco Martina or Nias off the books, we would have, like we did with Morales.
Yeah.
We obviously felt that the deal was too good to pass. I mean, apparently in the last couple of days before that, Morales was getting shopped everywhere for none. And they got him. They took the 4 as well from Burnley. Royal Antwerp.
Oh, did they?
They took the 4 and him.
Yeah,
it's an old boys team.
Brigade,
I think it was weird. Fraser Hornby.
Yeah.
Going to some KSK. Yeah. And did you see the video for it?
Yeah. Some alpha.
Some alpha turned into Hornby. Wasn't involved at the weekend, I know that.
Wasn't he?
No.
What about Luckman? Can't get a game. Didn't even get on at the weekend.
He got on at the weekend. Got on, I think.
He got on a week before. He didn't get on. He was unused at the weekend.
He's asked.
No, but the reason I'm saying it is, we're talking about players who move because they want to better themselves. And listen, ultimately, Adam Luckman may better himself and might come back. He's got to settle down. He's 22. He's got to get his head together and perform regularly. But you just look at that and go, you know, what's going on with him? Like,
feels better being somewhere. He just didn't feel good being at Everton, did he?
This was an interesting one, just before we wrap up. Someone had messaged me before saying, my mate trying to tell me that Luckman's better than Iwobi. What are your thoughts? And it's like, Luckman's nowhere near Iwobi's level. Now, potentially, Luckman may get there. I don't know. Baz.
I've literally having to tell this lad on the YouTube live.
You just turned into Vince Vaughn then, right. On the YouTube,
right? Yeah. For the last 3 weeks, this lad keeps on coming on, right? Basically having a go at me because I said Pennington isn't good enough. And this lad's like, I would never have got rid of Pennington. He'd be our fourth centre-back.
Pennington.
And I'm sitting there going, are you his agent? Like,
he's nowhere near.
He's 24 and he's not anywhere near it. But I did say, maybe a couple of years in the Championship and he works his way back into some kind of Premier League contention. I said, but he's not. And he's like, we should have kept Oldham. We've only got 3 centre. He's like, he's not good enough. He is not good enough. And every time I've done a live video on YouTube, he keeps on going. This, you said this about this player. And he's like, what about this player? And I went, no, he's not. What about this player? He's not good enough. Tom Davies can't even get in the squad at the moment. But it isn't though. Look at the bench.
No, I just meant the Lincoln. More so than not necessarily the Wolves game, but the Lincoln
Might
game.
be the coat.
He said though, didn't he? The manager justified it and said I felt we needed that. The makeup of the bench needed to be that, and it was either Andre Gomez or Tom Davies. And I went, you can't argue with
Tom Davies, right, should just become a right back.
Yeah.
Because I watched Seamus on Sunday, and honestly, he hasn't got long. I'm telling you that right now. I love Seamus, but he's the next one. Honestly, he's the next one.
Oh, we said that for a while.
I know, but I noticed it.
What did you? I keep saying we're finishing now, but then what did you make of Sidderby?
I thought he was sound. Started off.
Looked a bit ropey.
Did you see what he did? The fight with the ball boy.
Yeah.
Which I thought was incredible.
Yeah.
For a man on his debut, I thought it was brilliant.
Yeah, straight in. I mean, but the ball boy was in our bed though, wasn't
he? No, that's why I thought it was great.
That's
why I thought it was great.
Don't try to be a massive.
They all tried, Lincoln fans all tried to be that thing.
And what about that little beauty in midfield as well?
Oh, did you see the one snap for Charlison when we were winning and started laughing at him? I was like, you play for Lincoln?
Yeah, they were dickheads, mate. But yeah, I thought Sidderby was okay. I thought he got better as it went on.
I thought once the game went on and he got on understanding, I seen loads of people going, terrible. I was like, hang on, they scored in the first minute when everyone could have done better. And he got into the game, he looks big, he looks strong, he looks powerful. I don't know if he's good enough to replace Seamus, but what I'm saying is, the next player I think we need to replace will be Seamus Coleman. I watched him the other day, and I don't think he's comfortable on the ball enough to play in this system. I really don't, and I don't think he thinks he's got the legs to keep getting past Richarlison and get back.
The biggest thing I noticed on Sunday, or not I noticed because we've said it for a while, but the biggest thing that stood out for me on Sunday was if we could mirror the left-hand side with the right-hand side, we'd be a hell of a side. It's a bit like them. It's like them just having one side. They do so well because they've got.
The reason why their Wolves' first goal was so strange was because Dean is so comfortable on the ball and is so comfortable in situations that he normally deals with that stuff really, really easily. And he didn't deal with it. And that left him a little bit uncomfortable. But every time he gets the ball in tight situations, put it this way, as bad as Dean was, when that ball came over and hit Seamus Coleman, if that had come over to Dean, I think Dean would have just gone bang and smashed it. But how many times have we seen Seamus Coleman be caught like that, where the ball hits him because he's like,
he should have really, for me, when you look at his positioning, he should have swept it behind for the corner, and he didn't. Do
you know if he'd just done, he didn't let it go through his legs? It would have gone. I know you can't do that as a defender, but
or he could have just swung a left foot at it and tried to get out the area. He was trying to. I think he was thinking about stopping it, and it hit him. Dean should have dealt with it by putting it out first and foremost, and then
it's his fault.
But once he got spun, he was in trouble. But we had two more.
The older you get, the longer it takes your brain to tell your feet. I know that by trying to kick a ball.
The minute you kick up when you get old, but your brain's there. It's just the message.
The message doesn't get there.
It's difficult, isn't it? I love Seamus, but we do need, if we can mirror the right hand side to the left hand side, I think we'll be a hell of a side. It was the Carabao Cup Twitter. That's tweeted Portsmouth for
I wasn't looking, I was watching it live.
That's from Kane. Derek Hulton says, don't know about earpods, but Kuko could have done with a jockey. Yeah.
Simon, hello to Jane.
Yeah, hello Jane, hope you're well. When you done your ankle ligaments in,
Simon
go,
no,
I'll just cut it off.
I was going to say, is that how she did the ligament? You know, the old Pathfinder now, remember?
Has she been eyeing up some lumberjacks?
Some gangsters.
In Germany, German lumberjacks. Or was she running away from Simon in a game? But Jane,
I don't want to
hope your ankle gets better.
Maybe he's juggling.
Soon.
Maybe he juggles.
He's a juggler.
Juggles chainsaws.
Oh, okay. Maybe he was doing like the lumber, you know, like the Highland Games, what they did in Germany, out in the forest.
He's tossing one off.
caber toss.
That's it.
What it was called. He cut
the
it
German
down
version.
and he threw it to Jane. Jane wasn't quite ready. And
she tried to control it on her ankle, maybe.
Jane, all seriousness, hope you get better soon. Get Simon to do all your stuff for you. You milk it, because he would.
But not at 5 o'clock when we go live.
No, don't milk it then. I mean, you should be...
The lad's got things to do, and that's what yours.
Well, he's here.
Well, 6 o'clock German time.
Exactly. That's
live at 6!
Kane says, notice Coleman's decline after Koeman's first season. Not even quick anymore. His crossing is awful.
His crossing is awful.
I think I've got a better cross even after 5 pints from Kane.
Debatable.
I mean, what do you do with Seamus now?
You look for a replacement.
So it doesn't ever
go. You look for a replacement. It's as simple as that, and that's all you can do. Yeah. We've been terrible in the past at just going.
Do you think though that with the new regime, do you think those same problems will repeat themselves, or do you think that Brands and Silva?
We've got to be on it.
If you listen to Brands, did you watch the interview with Marcel Brands, which I thought was brilliant? But he was talking about John Joe, wasn't he? And he said we've let him go there to assess him. But also to assess Sidibe, what he's like here. But he kind of, the way I felt after watching that, or certainly just that little bit of the interview, was more like we're giving John Joe an opportunity to make this right back position. If he's not good enough, we will know. Yeah. And then we'll make a decision on Sidibe.
And then we're going to make, that's the point, isn't it? Sidibe's like, they're going to see how good he is. But it's the thing with Mason. They've let him go on loan, and now they've brought him back, and they're seeing what the improvement is. It doesn't look like there's much of an improvement.
How do you think he did against Lincoln?
All over I thought he was terrible. It's got the same thing. He ball watches. There was one, and the ball was coming straight to him, and he doesn't realise till the last minute, and he swings a leg at it, and the lad nearly got through.
Oh, and he sliced it wide, didn't he? And that was his hesitation in the first half.
Doesn't read the game well enough?
No. I don't know whether he can teach that.
I don't.
Kane said Wolves' goal reminded me of his mistake at Old Trafford a couple of years when Martial scored. It was when he didn't know Martial was behind him.
The old blind eyes. It's a hesitation in the box. Yeah. Hesitation where someone would just go and appreciate that ball was going to fall in and just smash it away.
If you were him, right now, and just to basically talk about what you said before, is that you feel as though he doesn't believe he can get on the outside all the time. Wouldn't you just start putting the ball into the box earlier then? But the problem with that is though that he's being asked to do a job where he's got to go past Richarlison. His crossing's been absolutely. I mean, I was standing next to Kane at Crystal Palace last season, and at the amount of times the ball fell to Seamus, and he just. Oh, he hits the first man, or he puts it over everyone instead of just putting it on the penalty spot. I mean, to be fair to Villa, he did put a brilliant ball to Calvert-Lewin, and Calvert-Lewin hit it straight instead of putting it in the corner. It doesn't happen all the time, but and I'm not putting all the blame on Seamus. I'm just saying that's the next position we have to strengthen. Yeah, you do one back. We've got we've done all the other positions on the pitch now, and we've got 2 for every position. His has got to be now a class right back, whether they're young or whether they're 24, 25. That's got to be the next position. You can only hold on to sentiment for so long, and the problem is, at Everton, we've held on to sentiment so long that we end up hating the player. Yeah, and that's what I'd hate that too.
And that's testament.
I don't think it'll happen to Seamus.
Testament to Leighton Baines that he never got to that stage.
Yeah, because he was still, against all odds, he was still producing it, wasn't he? Isn't it mad when you look at Baines and you think, a year ago, 14 months ago, we sat there going...
But we all knew we needed to replace him.
No, we knew that, but you were looking and going, Kieran Tierney, we need, we need someone who can do it. And now you don't even think about Baines, do you?
I think about a big fat new contract for Luca Dean, that's what I think.
Yeah, I don't think it'll be much longer before he gets it,
to
be honest. But, well, it will, won't it? Because
Did you read that thing yesterday about the girl interviewed in the Echo? You probably didn't read it. It's an interview with a girl.
Charlotte Renshaw. Yeah. I've seen the headline, I haven't read it.
Was a really good read because it said one of the things they do when they bring players over, they have to deal with all the things like insurance, houses, making sure everything's sorted out. But one of the things they say is when a player comes over is they're like, who do you know? Who's your mate? You're mates with? Right, we'll get you a house by them. So it makes it easier. So the same about Sidibe, like, he knows the play, knows Dean. So it's like, well, the easiest thing to do is try and find a house round by Dean's then. Yeah. So he's got,
there's a link straight away.
So straight away there's a link so that their wives can get to know each other and they get lifts into Finch Farm and all that. And I thought that was really interesting because those things do need to be dealt with, and that's how players do settle in quickly.
Is this something Brands has promoted? Or
I don't know. I don't. Alan Mayo used to be player liaison, but this is more about the nuts and bolts. He said, like, you know, players come to a new country, they don't know the language, and they bring family with them, and instantly you're saying to them, you need a house, a car, a mobile phone, car insurance. Whether you're going to buy a car, you're going to lease a car, are you going to bring cars over with you? If you've got kids, what school are they going to go to? Do you know the way to
Amarillo?
Yeah, or San Jose? Can you get to Finch Farm? You know, and he said, so one of the things was, who do you know? Do you want to live by them? Do you want to live, you know? And I thought that was a really interesting interview. No, it is, even for our interview that was done in the Echo. Yeah.
It is. No,
it'd be better if it was in the Athletic, of course.
Of course, well, without a shadow.
World class.
The world class Athletic would have been better. No, but it's right, because a lot of the time, you do just skate over that stuff, don't you? You just think, got a player, settle in, he's going to be boss, and there's a lot of back stuff, and which again is why Alex Iwobi. I was going to mention Alex Iwobi right then, because they've asked him every interview. They said to him, "Oh, he's settling in." He's like, "It's boss. I love it here. Everyone's made a real good effort." I know Theo Walcott, and you know, and everyone's made a real good effort. He's like, "Finch Farm's great. Finch Farm this and Finch Farm that." I mean, the minute he got a day off, he was back in London. He went to a chicken shop on Monday in North London. But hey, I'm not being funny. I've already noticed the Nigerians and the lot. I was starting to watch. We need to start targeting some of the Nigerians. They love him. He's their man. The big.
I know. That's what I'm saying. That's a big 17. Football. Need to get
he's the man.
on the DH gate.
Get Amakachi's shirt back up.
Well, I mean, I haven't got Amakachi's shirt.
He's not having a
you've never brought it. You brought it, took it home.
I mean, well, it's a special shirt.
Well, I mean,
but I'll bring it back.
Where is it in your house? On a pile.
No, it's hanging up in me.
Oh, is it?
It is.
Would it not be better here where there's no moths?
I'll bring it back in. It's there. It's hanging up next to me. Yeah, I'll bring it in.
Nice one.
Alex. I'll bring
you can actually on DH gate. Again, I do love the DH gate. Yeah. You can actually get a Amakachi 94 Nigeria top, so I might get that.
We've had a few Nigerians anyway, haven't we? Yo.
Well, that's why I think Colin Udo on Twitter.
Oh yeah,
he's followed me for years because of all the links, because of all the Nigeria links.
Why don't you do an interview with him for us about Iwobi?
Colin, I might speak to him, see if we can get something sorted.
Like just a Skype it could be interesting.
Yeah,
but he's really impressed.
Although he didn't say nice things about Everton when Iwobi signed. But he said he was less pressure at Everton because Everton were in a big club.
Well, like, listen,
but that's perception.
Perception isn't it? It's up to change it, isn't it? But what Iwobi, I've been really impressed with him. Well, what about you? Have you been impressed with him?
He's been great. It was great. As soon as I see him at Villa, I knew we had to start. And I know it's. Put it this way, Bernard's not going to get to the back post and get scored a header like that, is he?
No, but then again, he come on Sunday and...
No, he's brilliant when he come on. I'd seen people criticising my mark for him on the play ratings. I thought he was brilliant when he came on. He pushed them back.
Yeah, took them right back. And that ball I know it was an incredible cross and it was a brilliant header by Richarlison, but the ball just so simple for Dean. Round the corner and off he goes. He's done it again. Although the one when...
his crosses back to two of them when the keeper made the save from Yerry. We're both awful. He should have
just... The first one he should have shot.
Should have smashed it.
Yeah. And you like... But, that save from Yerry Mina was... The Richarlison one was a good save, but it was closer to the
Sigurdsson's crosses in the last two games have been dead ball and in free play.
But I think...
Have been incredible.
I think Iwobi replaces him by Christmas.
I don't think he will.
Honestly, I just think the way Marco wants to play, I think it's...
I don't know if Bernard does enough to push that. I just looked at the first and the third goals and thought that's what he wants. He wants the wide forwards to be scoring goals like that.
It does, but the third goal doesn't happen if Iwobi's...
No, it doesn't, but that's why you have a squad though, isn't it? That's the whole point in it. It's
what I'm saying is when Bernard is there, we get more out of Luca Dean. When Iwobi's on, Iwobi's the man who, which is great, there's no issue with that whatsoever. So what I think he'll start looking at is, does Siggy do? Now, don't get me wrong, Gylfi was great at Lincoln, and he was great on Sunday. So that's his conundrum.
I don't care.
I don't care.
I want us to play.
I love Bernard when
and win and score goals.
And starting 11 Sunday.
And that I already noticed yesterday, we had the wrath of the Icelandic statistician.
Oh, was he back?
Oh my God.
You did? Oh, what did you say?
Mentioned, I didn't say, that was the point. He went, this was never picked.
You love
it. Was like, this was I'm going to have to start wearing my Gylfi Sigurdsson shirt every single fucking show. He went, this wasn't picked up by, and then he tagged me on Twitter. I was like, and it was the Fulham game. The Fulham game. He was like,
from last year.
Yeah, he was like, if someone had passed to him here, he would have scored. And it was like,
last year.
What do you want me to say? It was last year, and why are you bringing... I said on all my videos that Sigurdsson was brilliant at Lincoln and at the weekend. And now he's took up this position where he was moving to the right, and it was opening up the space, and that might be because Moise Keane. And what can you do? You can't sit there every going, he was amazing, he was amazing. Because if you say that, then people will go, but he wasn't amazing. We've got eyes. We've got fucking eyes.
I just don't think he gets it, and he has done it more so. Especially Sunday, he was in the half space a lot on Sunday, and at Lincoln, to be fair, I just don't think he gets involved enough in games. When there's no doubt in his ability and his quality when he's on the ball, but too many games. He's not.
We'll see, won't we? We'll see. We've got the new players in now, and we'll see where that goes. And do you know what I mean? It's not rocket science. The best 11 will play. That the manager thinks.
Yeah. I mean, I love Bernard, but when I seen the team Sunday, I wasn't going, why is he dropped? I was just like, sound. It's like,
I'm just glad he took my advice. That was the team I picked.
Was it? He dropped Calvert-Lewin. You
dropped him. I was hardcore last week.
He must have a cob on with
Big
Tom.
I picked the team that I thought would win the game. Hey, and guess what, everybody?
What was your team for the Villa game?
It was...
Were you close? Was it the team
Do you know what it was? I was close. The only players I got wrong was I thought Delph was available and I thought Gomez was out.
Oh, okay.
And it ended up being that Gomez was available and Delph was, and that was the only wrong one I got. And even the Lincoln game, I think it was nearly right by Tom Davis. I think.
Yeah.
I got the keeper. I'd put Yerry Mina in because I wanted him to play.
Yeah.
I wanted it to be the goalie in the back and the centre backs. Apart from that, I got a pretty much.
I don't know, isn't it? It's good. It's all good. You just got to keep it going now.
Gary Ward, I know he was done, but I still hated to see Jags go. Yes, you know what? I did, but now I couldn't care less.
Yeah, because that happens. Because when they get to the stage where they're not regulars, it doesn't matter because you're trying to improve your team all the time.
Tom Davis, love the lads a bit. Do I care he's not in the team? No. Do I care he's not in the squad? No. Couldn't care less. As much as we've championed them, as much as we've championed Dominic Calvert-Lewin, do I care that he's not playing in Everton 1? No, I don't care. When you say these things, it's like people say you've got personal vendettas, but then you look at the bigger picture and go, who else have we got? We've got nobody else. So you give everyone a chance. So
I think the way you look at it is we all want the thing.
We're just dead fickle, let's be honest.
We all want
just want Everton to win.
Everton to win. And that's literally that's all that matters, isn't it?
Yeah. Right. It's 6:30.
Yeah.
We've done loads. Graham Finch, the Icelandic statistician, strikes again. He does. He is like an Iceman. He cuts to the core. He's terrible.
He loves Gylfi, fair play to him.
He does.
That's
slightly worrying how much he likes him now.
Well,
might be Gylfi.
It could be.
I
mean, no one's ever thought
that. Has anyone ever thought that?
Could actually be Gylfi.
Right, there you go. We're back. We did a bumper 19 minutes because Baz was back with loads to talk about, like Christmas decorations.
Yeah. I mean,
I think I've just literally had the most genius idea ever, and I'm going to patent it. Although it's probably already been patented because that's what Disney do, and they'll probably kill me for suggesting it. Right, there you go. Thank you for watching as ever. Baz will be back. Oh, I can't wait to see what Baz has got in store for you live. I'm going to think it's probably not going to have graphics on it. That's what I'm thinking.
You don't have to think it. I can tell you now it won't have any graphics on it.
As long as you can see it.
But you can see and hear. That'll be the most important. Well, I think you can. I hope you can.
There you go.
There you go.
Thank you for watching. We'll see you later. Bye.